Hello and welcome to this energy update. I want to talk about a very special day, March the 8th. This is a very special day in particular because we have Maha Shivaratri on this day. And in a moment, I'm going to get into what this is, how to do a Maha Shivaratri ritual, what the purpose of this ritual is, and what you're really going to get out of it. So definitely stay tuned for that. I just want to quickly introduce myself. My name is Kata. I am a spiritual life coach. I'm also an energy healer, and I am also a psychic. So I do a lot of different energy readings for people. If that is something that you're interested in, definitely check out the link in the description. You can book a session there with me if you would like. I also have a few other things in the description box, so check those out as well. And let's get into what this March 8th is really all about. It is a very, very, very powerful day. It is a very special day, a highly spiritual and energetically charged day. So there is, this weekend, okay, let me just start with that. This weekend in itself is an extremely powerful weekend. This weekend is the type of weekend that is going to blow your socks off, like for real, for real. Like this is such a powerful weekend, and to really capitalize on the energy, that's why I'm sharing this ritual, because it is a ritual I'm going to be doing myself. And the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th, like all 3 days are super highly charged energetically days. So you might be feeling, a lot more emotional. You might be noticing that you're just a lot more, like pumped up, worked up, like ready to go. And perhaps you even have a sensation within yourself that something big is about to happen in your life, or something big is about to shift in your life. If you are feeling that, then you are not wrong. Because let me tell you, this weekend certainly will be packing a punch. And these are supercharged days of transformation, manifestation, and new beginnings. So that being said, let's start with the 8th, okay, and why March 8th is so significant and what you can really do to sort of maximize your benefit from this day. So Mahashivaratri is one of the biggest manifestation portals of the year, like literally the entire year. So let me break down what Mahashivaratri actually means so that you can kind of understand what the significance of this day is. So Shiva is masculine, right? It is masculine energy. Ratri means night in Sanskrit. So it's basically representing the night sky or the moon, which is, of course, feminine energy. So Mahashivaratri, Shivaratri, that word encompasses both the masculine and the feminine energies together within it. And so there is this balancing out of the masculine and feminine energies within us that is taking place on the 8th of March. And so supporting this balancing out is going to be so powerful and so helpful, and doing the right practices and the right rituals is really, really going to help you to elevate this energy within yourself, to bring it back into balance and to bring it back into harmony, and also to allow yourself to manifest. Like this is such a powerful manifestation energy that you absolutely can't miss out on it. Like this is something that is here for us and we have an opportunity to take advantage of. So the 14th day of every lunar month, or the day before the new moon, is known as Shivaratri. Now, basically Shivaratri happens once a month, every month, right, for 12 months. However, the last one of the zodiac cycle, when we move through all 12 signs, and now that we are in Pisces, which is the 12th zodiac sign, now that we are in the month of Pisces, this Shivaratri is particularly special or more powerful because Pisces is a feminine sign. It has feminine energy. And so because Pisces is feminine and feminine energy has to do with receiving, this Shivaratri is allowing us to receive this absolutely beautiful and magical energy that is going to help us manifest our desires into tangible physical results. So it is also, by the way, International Women's Day. So a very, very happy Women's Day to all of my beautiful females out there. And there, this is no accident that they put International Women's Day on the Shivaratri. It's on Shivaratri every single year for this reason, because we're in feminine energy, being in the month of Pisces. So there's just so much rebirthing when you think about what a woman is capable of doing, the way that we can birth a child. This energy is also able to help us birth something new and to create something very new, very beautiful that we have desired for a really, really long time. So the last Shivaratri of the zodiac calendar in the sign of Pisces is the most powerful. Also due to the Earth's positioning. So the way that the Earth is positioned tomorrow or on the 8th is also creating a very natural upsurge of energy. And what this actually does in our physical bodies, because we're so influenced by the moon, of course, and the sun. So what this is doing for us is it's actually activating Kundalini energy within the spinal column. And that Kundalini energy is coiled at the base of the spine or at the root chakra. And it travels up. So Kundalini has this natural inclination to want to shoot up the spine during Shivaratra. And so in a moment, I'm going to explain the practice to you and why it's incredibly important to keep the spine erect and upright during this day, and actually throughout the night as well, when the energy will become most powerful, so that this Kundalini energy can rise from within the depths of the root chakra and move up the spine and travel up into the crown chakra and basically shoot out the top of our crown so that we can become enlightened. This Kundalini energy rises and essentially causes a spiritual awakening, if you will. So if you're already moving through a massive, which we all are collectively, because the entire planet is moving through a spiritual awakening, this Shivaratra is specifically going to amplify that awakening even more. And if you allow this Kundalini to rise through the different practices I'm going to be mentioning in a moment, then you will have an even more profound and accelerated awakening. So this is very special, and it is very spiritual in nature. It is very, very important, particularly for those people who are interested in awakening, for those who are really truly desiring to move into a higher octave of themselves, who want to become this most amazing, most brilliant version of themselves. Okay, that's who these practices are for, and that's who spirituality is for. Not everyone's spiritual, not everyone is going to be interested in doing these kind of things, and not everyone wants to necessarily evolve. Some people are very comfortable being in lower vibrations, they're used to it, they are not ready, not willing to put in the work to ascend, and that's okay, and that's perfectly okay. So this practice is for those, though, that are ready to ascend, that are ready to take their life to the next level, to take themselves to the next level, to become more powerful, more authentic, more real, more like a raw version of themselves. So this feminine raw energy just wants to kind of like burst through us essentially right now. So, and this also actually puts us in receiving mode, because feminine energy is very, very much about receiving. What to do on March the 8th is what I'm going to break down now, because during Shivaratri, this is a very special day, and so it needs to be treated differently than your other typical days. And what I would first of all recommend to do on this specific day is to be very, very aware of your thoughts and your feelings, and even your actions. So everything that you're thinking and you're feeling and the types of activities and the things that you're doing, be very vigilant that you are doing things that are high vibrational, that you are feeling feelings that are high vibrational and thinking thoughts that are high vibrational. So this is about being in a very light, very positive energy and not engaging in activities that are low vibe in nature. Now, this happens to fall on a Friday, so I would definitely recommend not drinking, not smoking, not doing anything crazy like that, because it's really going to drop your vibe, and it's basically going to block you from receiving this amazing ability to manifest. And the other reason why you want to really, really keep your thoughts and feelings high vibrational is because your thoughts are actually manifesting at a very, very rapid rate on this day specifically. So you want to make sure that whatever you're manifesting, that you're manifesting positive things and you're thinking about positive things and believing that you can have those positive things in your life, because that is what you're going to manifest very, very quickly. The second thing that I'm going to recommend is to do a 24-hour water fast. So on March the 8th, don't eat, basically. And if this is something that you struggle with, I do fast all the time. As a matter of fact, I just did a 2-day fast. I did a 60-hour fast on Monday, Tuesday. And it was supposed to be a 3-day fast, but I was really, really struggling. I did a little bit more research and figured out how to actually do a proper 3-day fast, water fast, so that I don't kind of fall into the situation I was in on Tuesday night, which is my electrolytes dropped really, really low, and I was feeling nauseous. I was feeling dizzy. So definitely, if you're someone who can't really handle a water fast very well, then what I would recommend that you do is just to eat fruit right from the time that you get up in the morning and all the way until about dinner time. So only consume fruit throughout the day on Shivaratri, and then definitely have water, of course, in between. And you can also have water after sundown. So once sundown hits, you're not eating anything else, so nothing after 6 p.m., and you're just going to be drinking water, lemon water, or you can put a tiny bit of honey into the water if you're finding yourself that you're really hungry or you're struggling with it. Then you can do that. But if you can, and I highly encourage you to try just to do a full 24-hour water fast, where you are having water, but you're not having anything else. And what I will recommend based on my own experience is to put a little bit of salt in your water, okay? Just to keep your electrolyte levels good, because I didn't do that, and that's why my electrolyte levels dropped, and that's why I was feeling extremely dizzy, like I thought I was going to pass out. So definitely, because I could have kept going. I wasn't hungry, but it was just this sort of nauseous feeling and like stomach acid kind of coming up a little bit. And and I was just really, really dizzy. So fasting, okay? Definitely. And the fasting will also help you to stay awake. Now, the other thing I'm going to mention here is to stay up until about 4 or 6 a.m. Okay, and I know that might be a little strange for some people to do, but staying up during Shivaratri is really, really important because, again, the way I mentioned, keeping the spine upright, in order for this energy to actually be able to come into the body and for it to be able to elevate up the spine, actually, keeping your spine erect and upright in a vertical position is going to be very important during Shivaratri. So once sundown comes is basically when you begin your practices. You can start them a little bit later, but basically after sundown is when you begin your practices, which I'll get into detailing in a moment. And meditating, visualizing, chanting, doing breath work, being in gratitude, dancing, celebrating are all things that people typically do on Shivaratri. This is a very, very popular thing in India, of course, but it's something that we Westerners can also do because we benefit greatly from these practices, right? So I myself will definitely be doing this, and I will be pulling an all-nighter and staying up. I'm actually really excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's literally going to be like this sort of spiritual party. Okay, that's the way I can describe Shivaratri. But it's a very mindful kind of partying because you're not partying the whole night. You're spending some time in meditation, and I'll give you the breakdown in a moment of what steps to follow. But you're essentially just super tuned into yourself, like you're super tuned into positivity and into You put yourself in receiving mode, okay? In like really deep receiving mode. And that's why the meditating, the visualizing, the chanting, all these different things are going to really support you with this practice. Now, keeping the spine straight is going to allow basically your subconscious mind to be reprogrammed as well. If you're having a hard time staying up, what I will recommend is to have a cold shower. Now, that's probably the last thing you will want to do, but I will recommend it. So on the day of Shivaratri, in the morning, you can begin your morning with a cold shower just to kind of get everything like really alive and woken up and ready to go. And then you can have another cold shower later in the day, after sundown sometime. Particularly if you're feeling tired. Usually between 9 and 11 p.m. is the body's natural circadian rhythm to get us tired. That's when we start to kind of yawn and we are basically ready for bed at that time. So if you're really feeling sleepy at that time, it's a great time to go and have a cold shower. It doesn't have to be extremely cold, but just cold enough that it kind of wakes you up. And that will definitely help because it'll vasoconstrict. And that'll get the blood pumping throughout your entire system, and it'll shoot a bunch of blood out to all of your organs, and that'll really wake you up. So try that if you are getting sleepy. Keeping the body vertical is also important so that the union of Shiva, the masculine energy representing the conscious mind, and Shakti, the feminine energy representing the subconscious mind, can merge together and travel up the spine. Okay, this is what the Kundalini energy is and how it travels up the spine. And it travels all the way up to our crown chakra, enlightening. It activates the pineal gland and it enlightens individuals, allowing you to be a much more conscious person. So that's kind of cool. It's like opening a spiritual door, right? So it helps you to become a higher version of yourself and to evolve spiritually and to really connect with the divine in a very powerful kind of way. Now, the following practice will supercharge your manifestations. So this will allow them to show up, one, faster, like so much faster, bigger and better, and just in a more fulfilling way than you ever thought possible. Because it's so crazy, you know, when we are manifesting and when we're focusing on, you know, bringing things into our lives, our job is really just to have the desire and to ask, right? To put it out there, put the order in with the universe and say, this is what we would like. But the showing up part is where we have to surrender. That's the part that we hand over to the universe and allow the universe to deliver things to us in whatever way, shape, and form it wants to, because oftentimes what we don't recognize is that the universe wants to deliver things to us in an even better way than we imagined, right? Or in an even more powerful way than we imagined, or bigger way. So allowing the universe to do its thing and to bring us what we desire in whatever shape, way, or form it wants to is going to be very, very important. So let's get into the actual practice now and the order of kind of the practices. I broke them down so that it's really easy to follow. The Shivaratri practice basically begins with breath work. So you can begin with breath work about 5 to 10 minutes. You can even go longer if you like. This breath work is, the purpose of it is to activate this Kundalini energy within you, or activate the energy overall within you. Okay, it starts to get it moving, especially if it's been sort of stagnating for quite some time. And if you have some stagnation in some of your chakras, which most people do, then this is a great way to get it going. Breath work is super powerful and so easy, right? So all you have to do is sit straight with your spine erect, and then start a slow breathing practice. So you take a breath in through the nose. And you exhale through the mouth. And you keep repeating this in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth for, like I said, at least 5 to 10 minutes. You can definitely do it for even longer if you like. This will help to get the energy moving and pumping basically throughout your entire system. So it activates the energy. The next thing after breath work, so once you've done this, once you feel like a little bit charged up and like things are moving in your body, the next thing is actually to do a meditation. Now, there are literally hundreds of amazing guided meditations online that you can follow along to, and I would highly recommend that you choose one that you really resonate with. And oftentimes there are actually some breathing practices at the beginning of these guided meditations. A lot of people incorporate them, which is great. So just choose a guided meditation. Choose a longer one too, preferably, so that you can really, really get into this meditation. And the whole purpose of meditating during Shivaratri is for you to really elevate your vibration, to bring your vibration to a much, much higher frequency. And so meditation, calming the mind and settling your ego down is going to be very, very helpful. So the meditation, they usually in India begin at sundown. You can begin it a little bit later too if you like, but definitely after your breath work, get into doing a nice long meditation, hour and a half, maybe even 2-hour meditation if you like. And then after you've come out of meditation and now you're probably feeling super relaxed and super chill and you're feeling like really high vibe, then the next thing to do is to set your intentions. Now, when you are setting your intentions, you're going to set very clear intentions. And by this, I mean by taking some time to reflect on your heart's truest desires. Like really dig deep on this one, okay? Go within yourself and really, really think about what your heart's true desires are and deepest desires, and what you really want to manifest in your life and what you want to experience in your life. Take some time to think about this, okay? And none of this needs to be rushed, nor should it be rushed. And once you've gotten really clear on your intentions and on what you want to bring into your life, what you want to manifest into your life, then the next step is to write them down. So have a piece of paper and a pen with you and just have like a loose piece of paper because you're going to be doing something else with this later, that you can write all of your clear intentions on. When you are writing these down on this sheet of paper, be very specific about what it is that you want. Make them very positive. So put yourself in a very positive mentality, feeling, and attitude about these things that you want. Get excited for them. Really feel into it. So make sure you connect your feelings when you are thinking about these intentions and like really feel like you already have them. Like really, really put them into the present moment and put them into the present tense. That's going to be very important. So for example, if you want to like manifest money, then don't just write down or don't just say, I want more money or I want wealth in my life or whatever like that, but instead get more specific and infuse gratitude into the sentence as you're writing it and say, I'm so grateful that I am wealthy and rich now. And everything is like now. Put it into the present tense because we only exist, we exist simultaneously in the past, present, and future. But you are creating in the present moment only, okay? You're not creating from the past or from the future, but you are creating in your present moment. So put everything in the now as you are detailing this and really get descriptive here. Like write down details. If it's a partner that you wish to manifest, someone that's going to be loving and understanding and compassionate and kind and whatever you want, write that out, right? In as much detail as possible. Write down a description of how they look and how it feels to be with them. And, like really get into this, like really, really get into this as you're doing this list. Okay. So you've written all of your very clear intentions down on this piece of paper. And now that you've done that, the next step is you're going to set that aside, and then now you're just going to visualize. And you're going to sit there and you're literally going to daydream. And you remember that you're doing all of this sitting up with your spine straight, and now you're going to daydream, and you're just going to spend some time visualizing all of these wonderful things that you just set clear intentions on that you want to manifest and bring into your life. and you're really going to connect with that feeling of gratitude within you for already having all of these things. And this part is so key because our feelings are such a crucial part of manifesting. As a matter of fact, it is our feelings most often and more quickly that manifest than our actual thoughts. So really, really focus on the feeling of how wonderful it feels to already have that partner, how wonderful it feels. And like imagine yourself on the couch together watching a movie or hanging out or whatever, like whatever it is, connect it. I just got a visual of like making love, whatever, put it in your visualization and just really feel into how wonderful it feels and how happy it makes you and how excited you are about it. And whatever it is that you want to manifest, infuse those emotions into the visualization. And this can take as long as you want it to take. So take your time with the visualizations. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to say them out loud. So you're going to take that list, you're going to review your list, and you're going to read all of these statements out loud to put it out there in the universe, to resonate it, to create frequency and put the frequency of your desires out into the universe. Let the good Lord hear you, okay? You can do this actually in front of a mirror, or you can do it just sitting on your couch, whatever is more comfortable for you. As long as your spine is straight while you're doing all of this, you're good. So say your intentions out loud, read off that list. After you have done that, the next step is going to be to just celebrate, party. Okay, this is where you get to have like even more fun with this entire process. And I want you to just like let go and dance and move your body to the rhythm and find some really, really good music, preferably music that is maybe kind of more instrumental, but has like a good beat or a good rhythm to it, you know, something that'll really, really get your body moving. And just move your body, dance and move and celebrate. And the whole time that you are dancing and celebrating, I really want you to get into the feeling of how awesome and epic it is to have this amazing life, to have all these amazing things happening, and how happy you are that all of these wonderful things are now in your life. And just enjoy that, like literally vibe out, okay? Between 12 and 4 a.m., so between midnight and 4 a.m. is when this energy is at peak. So during this time is the best time to get into doing all of these practices and specifically to be, you know, to dance, to move, and to really, really feel into and really celebrate bringing all of these things now into your life. Once you have done some vibing out and some dancing, then the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to take that piece of paper that you wrote, because it is very, very important that you now release these intentions to the universe. You're going to burn this paper. So take it outside or use some kind of metallic bin or pot or something inside that you can burn it in safely. And completely burn the paper. Make sure none of it is left, okay? Just all has to turn into ash. And this is where you release this energy to the universe. You're kind of putting in your order to the universe saying, here you go. These are my desires. This is what I want. And this is what I'm now ready to receive. And once you've done that, and once you've burned the paper, then you let it go. Completely let it go and let go of any attachment to outcome. So make sure that once you have burnt this, consider it like done. I'm done. This practice is done. I don't need to think about it now. I don't need to worry about it now. It's just done. Because see, the next part is that the universe delivers, and that isn't something that you can control. How or when things show up for you is out of your control. That is not your job. Your job is simply to know what your desires are, to become very clear about them, put them out into the universe, and then let the universe do the rest, which is the delivery part. Okay? So the delivery really comes through, like I said, from the universe in whatever shape or form it wants to and when it is ready to be delivered to you. Okay? So that's it. That is the Shivaratri ritual, and this is how you do this type of ceremony. And like I said, this particular day, March the 8th, is extremely powerful. It is very special, and it is definitely a day where you have an opportunity to align to absolutely magical and beautiful manifestations. And you can bring them in at a very, very rapid rate. So I highly recommend that you try this out. It is one night. Yes, it means that you need to stay up. If you can stay up until 6 a.m., that would be the best. So basically until sunrise. But if you can't, that's all right too. As long as you can make it till about 4 a.m., that would be ideal because the energy is peaking between midnight and 4. So that would be the most ideal. But like I said, just do the best you can. And as long as you do the practices that I mentioned, and you just find like you just can't stay up, then go to sleep. But even then, even try falling asleep sitting up, just so that this energy can move through your body. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this practice helpful. I really, really hope that you guys do the practice, and leave a comment below if you do end up doing the practice, and just kind of let me know how it went and if you felt anything different or special moving through your body, or if you felt energy moving through your body while you were doing this practice. And I most certainly will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and happy International Women's Day and happy Shivaratri. Take care.